What's happening, good people? How you are? How you doing? Hope everybody's having a good day because it's Friday. I don't care whatever else happened during the week. Today is Friday. So I'm looking around and I'm saying to myself, well, it's going to be one of those weekends until they started talking about the weather and they also started talking about how hot it's going to be. And I really do think that this is just the brunt, just the beginning. Not the brunt, but the beginning of what to expect weather-wise for this summer season. We saw it come in early. We're now starting to see places that are flooding that have never flooded before. We're seeing heat waves in upper echelon of the United States, meaning up past Virginia, Maryland, and even getting into the main areas where they're closer to Canada, where it's cool. So now we see heat waves that are happening everywhere. People not ready for this. People not used to this. And we're also starting to hear that some folks are having heat strokes. Some folks are passing out, and some people are dying from this unexpected heat wave that is now happening all over the country. My deal is this. I really don't think it's just a heat wave. I think this is what you can expect from now on due to all of this. Nobody's trying to pay attention to somebody that's a scientist saying, hey, guess what? We got global warming going on. And nobody's paying attention to it. So what do you do? What do you do? What do you do to make sure you and your family are not in all of this crap? Are you doing something with solar? Are you doing something to maybe even take some of the rain and make it another form of resources? What are you doing? I guess that's a good question, too. We really need to start having those conversations. What are you doing? What is your community doing with rain or displacing rain? You got to live with it, especially here in New Orleans. You got to live with it because you're in a bowl. You're not into a place where it can just go away. It's going to be a part of your life no matter what. And we're going to get another probably flash flood today. If you look outside your window and you're in New Orleans right now, you should be a little concerned. Because number one, you're getting ready to get off work within the next, 50, 45 minutes? If you're not getting off right now. And with you getting off, you might get caught in one of those downpours. So you got to watch it. Watch out for those that don't know how to drive in the rain. I think a lot of accidents, and especially here in New Orleans, happen because, not because you're reckless, because the person that's beside you is reckless. And that person may be scared driving in the rain or don't have the experience to drive in that rain. So I'm just giving you a warning. I hope you're paying attention. And maybe your boss man, boss woman can even be a little bit generous and let you out early today. And it's Friday. So what's going to get done in the next 45, 50 minutes? Nada. Zero. Zilch. Yes, indeed. A lot going on in the city. A lot going on, and I guess this Monday really gonna tell the tale. So I'm hoping that everybody is paying attention to what's going on in the French Quarter. Um, this stuff that's going on in French Quarter, to me, I've never seen such doo doo in all my life. What are you talking about, Gerard? I'm glad you asked. Y'all know y'all might end up seeing a fight happen. What? No, I'm not talking about WWE. I'm not talking about in any other form of martial arts. I'm not talking about mixed martial arts in it, no MMA. I'm talking about the trash companies are battling it out in the French Quarter. Do you have tickets? Do you have tickets? Go get it. I want to see this, and I want to know if we can sell tickets. Who's it going to be? I'm going to sound like this for a minute. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. But I got to sound like this for a minute. Do you have tickets to see the Hoppers? What? Yes, there's going to be a battle trash. There's going to be some real, pardon the pun, trash talking going on in the French Quarter. It's the battle of the Hoppers. Who are the Hoppers? You know, the people that hop on the trash truck, hop off the trash truck, hop on, hop on. Almost like wax on, wax off. No, that's what is that? That's clap on and clap off.
Clap on, clap off.
Yeah.
The clapper.
Somebody gonna get clapped. Clapped on, clapped off. It's going to be the battle of the Hoppers. This is the craziest stuff that I've just. All right, y'all ready? So, Troy came in here. What day he came in here? Wednesday? What day was that? He was here Wednesday, right? When he went, you weren't here
Tuesday.
Wednesday. I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it was Tuesday.
But he came in and sat down and told us everything going on. He said, "Man, I'm just letting you know, I'm just coming back from buying my trucks." I said, "You buying your trucks?" He said, "Yeah, we just bought 6 brand new trucks that will be able to handle the trash in the French Quarter. They're not the real big, bulky ones. These ones are just made for smaller areas. So we got our trucks for that area, French Quarter. They brand new." He said, "I got mine." He said, "Not only that, but we also saw Richard's Disposal went and got his. So we're combining them. And we're going to be ready to roll." I said, "Oh, okay, cool." But did you see the article today? And I don't know if anybody else saw this. This article was in Fox News, Fox Business. And it was under an exclusive headline saying contractor ousted in French Quarter. Says $8 million trash deal with mayor doesn't pass the smell test. I was like, what? So I said, okay, if this is in Fox Business, what is this all about? It says exclusive. Sidney Torres is menacing words when it comes to New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell's latest move to scrap his company's trash contract in favor of a $2.1 million more expensive no-bid deal with a firm he alleges, in quotes, doesn't even own any garbage trucks, end quote. "She canceled my contract to declare an emergency," he said, the founder of IV Waste. "My contract runs until December 23rd, 2025. There was no emergency. My contract's $2.1 million, less than a lot more service. The residents of the businesses are 100% 100% behind my contract, and the work we're doing it. Torres says the French Quarter is headed straight back to squalor under Cantrell's plan. It's going to smell just like it smelled before we took it over. Stale beer, urine, puke, all the things you smell from people getting drunk and walking the streets. Who's going to want to go and eat and smell that? Wow. The emergency declaration issued on July the 9th allowed the mayor to override public procurement laws and sign a new $8 million contract with Henry Consulting that goes into effect August the 1st in the French Quarter. Henry Consulting did not immediately respond to Fox Business's request for comment. The next day, the New Orleans City Council passed a resolution calling the emergency self-created and terminated it outright. They also barred Cantrell from issuing another emergency declaration related to sanitation through the end of the year. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Merrill stepped in the fray, filing a formal amicus brief that condemned the mayor's maneuver as an abuse of emergency powers. The mayor's invocation of emergency powers to override public bid laws in the absence of a true emergency presence is a significant legal issue, Merrill wrote, calling the resulting $2.1 million price hike an unnecessary burden of taxpayers. Torres sees it the same way. It's just unbelievable. They're going to spend $2.1 million more for less service with somebody who's not even in the business. Ivy Waste began servicing the French Quarter and Downtown Development District in December 2024 under a competitively bid $5.9 million contract. The company used custom-built equipment, real-time GPS tracking, and operated 7 days a week. The city's own sanitation director confirmed Ivy Waste had no complaints. However, in April, Cantrell abruptly used a notice terminating the contract for convenience, then declared a sanitation emergency in July. This is just insane, he said. They're going to bring in a guy who has never been in this type of business. He doesn't own any equipment. He's just the middleman. And he's being paid $8.2 million for 1 year, $2.1 million more than what I'm getting just because the mayor wants it? Today, Judge Sidney Cates denied the French Quarter residents and businesses the Conwell plaintiffs' motion for preliminary injunction, meaning to date the mayor can move forward with the emergency sanitation contract awarded to Henry Consulting for trash collection in the French Quarter and Downtown Development District. There will be no break in service in this area. The city reiterates that it will continue to work with all parties to achieve the best possible outcomes for its residents. This administration remains focused on doing the job necessary to move New Orleans forward together. So this is what I'm hearing, bro. This is what I'm hearing. This is not in stone, but it was also written in another article. Will we end up with 2 services in the French Quarter? What? Yeah. Will we end up with 2 services, trash services, in the French Quarter? Not because we need them, because one is saying, hey, I'm not backing down. These people want me. They don't want you. So I'm not backing down. I'm not. It's going to be the rumble in the French Quarter jungle.
You're not backing down?
Backing down.
You're not going to break your stride?
You got to go to what?
Huh?
I didn't hear you.
I said, you're not breaking your stride?
Who said that? Who said that?
That's Dixie Midnight Runners.
Yeah. So Are we going to end up with 2 contracts in the French Quarter? Are we going to end up with both companies bumping heads? Will it be an MMA fight on the streets of Bourbon? Because I'm emptying this trash, not you. No, I'm emptying the trash. No, I am. It's the rumble of the hoppers.
Mine, mine, mine.
My. Hit that compressor.
Come on, girl. Hop in this truck with me.
Hop on in here. Let me get this street sweeping going on, girl.
You know we're about to go south, so we better go to break.
Okay, go. Yeah, here's Gary get nasty. More coming up, y'all. What you think? 504-582-9422. I mean, we can play with this all day long. So come on, let's get these telephones ringing.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana companies through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about what the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation does, please visit www.jazzandheritage.org.
Back to school is almost here, and we've got you covered, New Orleans. Join Inspire NOLA Charter Schools on Saturday, July 26th at 10 a.m. at McDonough 35 High School for the Backpack and School Supplies Drive-Thru Giveaway. We're giving away free backpacks, school supplies, Chromebooks, books, gas cards, haircut vouchers, and more. First come, first serve. Drive up and roll into the school year prepared. 1 backpack per child and 1 computer per vehicle. While supplies last, don't miss it.
Support comes from Satchmo Summerfest, presented by the New Orleans Tourism and Cultural Fund. This friends and family friendly festival takes place on August 2nd and 3rd at the New Orleans Jazz Museum. Join the fun for live music, local food vendors, and discuss with Satchmo scholars from noon until 8 p.m. Learn more at satchmosummerfest.org.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
New Schools for New Orleans, along with New Orleans Public Schools and the Cowell Institute, are excited to announce the launch of a new digital tool on the data dashboard. New Orleans Public Schools, 20 years later, a timeline of recovery, transformation, and growth. The tool provides data, information, and context on the past 20 years of K-12 education in New Orleans, the changes that occurred, and the outcomes these changes helped produce. Visit nolapublicsschools.com/K20 to view the tool and learn more.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, my number 504-582-9422. I know y'all think I'm joking when I'm talking about these trash contracts, but it doesn't look like they're giving up on this. I don't care what the procurement process supposed to be and who's following the law, who ain't following the law. But let me let you hear what Cindy Torres said on Fox Business. All right, go ahead, Wick.
For someone who doesn't own any garbage trucks, has never been in this type of business, doesn't have a record to show that he's operated street sweepers and flushers and garbage trucks. He's a middleman. He's a consultant who subs everything out. And he became very friendly with the mayor because of, from my understanding, the Oliver Thomas, who's running for mayor, who's a council member, has been pushing his cousin, who they said they're cousins, Troy Henry. And that's how Troy Henry stepped into getting multi-million-dollar contracts like the airport, the downtown development district. Now he's trying to take over the French Quarter with the mayor's help. Simple, they said it themselves. The contractor met with the mayor privately. They agreed to do this against all of the mayor's top staff, the sanitation director, the CAO, the deputy CAO. So they're definitely between the mayor and Henry, I don't understand exactly what went on, but the fact that he was able to convince her that he was ready when everyone else that evaluated the process and procedures to start a contract of this size said that he's not ready, and it was alarming that that he would say he was ready. And there's a we're going into hurricane season, and there's all kind of other things that cause them to ring the alarm to say he's not prepared, he's not ready. And they told the mayor this. She said she agreed and was going to send a letter to rescind my cancellation. And then she obviously met with Troy Henry, and supposedly they talked that evening, and he convinced her, as she said, to move forward with him for 2.1 million more when it's less service and he doesn't have the equipment. He's a consultant that's subbing all this out. It's going to smell just like it smelled before we took it over. It's going to smell like beer, stale beer, urine, puke, all the different things you smell from people that get drunk, walk on the side streets and throw up or use the bathroom on the ground. It's going to go right back to how it was. I mean, he doesn't even have the equipment. So he's leasing from different people. He has zero control, and very little synergies really no synergies to work with, having all different types of equipment and maintenance and fleet staff to be able to do the maintenance. Those are things that are very important. I mean, we run 120 trucks in my company. We've been doing this since 2005. We have a reputation of doing a great job, and we know that there's no way they'll be able to do the job that we're doing and our team is doing. And the French Quarter is in a tricky place right now because tourism is down. A lot of people are moving out of the city, and the city budget's a mess right now. So, at the end of the day, this was a bright spot for the French Quarter and the city of New Orleans and the state. And I think that taking it away is going to be something that people notice. And I think it will affect the economy in the local French Quarter there, because who's going to want to go and eat and smell puke, urine, and dealing with that when they're going to eat or coming out from eating at a restaurant? Nobody wants to deal with that. And that's something that we were able to take care of and deal with. And hopefully the Supreme Court reverses it. She's the lead attorney for the state of Louisiana. I mean, she sees that the citizens are being wronged. She sees that the taxpayers are being wronged. She sees that the state statute is being broken, affected, and it's not being followed as it was intended to be used for emergencies. Like I said, if any mayor can call an emergency in the evening to sign a contract within a few hours, knowing that the council's going to reverse it the next day, and even changing documents and signatures according to the council, they whited out signatures, whited out dates, whiting out the dates. I think not signatures. They whited out the dates. And you can see the line where it was whited out. And then there's emails that the council provided yesterday and today that show that it wasn't signed the day the emergency was there. It was actually signed the following day. So I think this is going to be something that goes on for years to come. And I think there's going to be more investigations from a malfeasance side, from even forging documents and things like that, according to the council and what they're saying. I mean, this can go deeper than just a contract given to the mayor's friend. It can go deeper. It's going to go deeper than that, according to what I'm hearing and all the things that are coming out. While this is, somebody was in a can. There was a homeless person that was in a can one time, and we actually dumped the can in the back of the truck, and we didn't realize it until we heard the person in the back of the truck, and we had to pull over and get the person out. It was a drunk homeless person in a can that was sleeping, and we ended up throwing him in the back of the truck. So that was an interesting thing that we did. Something else that was very interesting is that somebody lost their wedding ring and asked us would we look and find that, and we were able to find it for them, which was a great thing. So there's been interest. People always come to the garbage, whether it's a criminal investigation or somebody getting drunk on Bourbon Street and forgetting or losing something. They always come to us to look for it. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, but we do try to accommodate them whenever that occurs.
Well, did y'all hear some possibilities of somebody saying there was some wrongdoing by the law, wrongdoing, whiting out, and a whole bunch of other stuff of contracts. Did you hear him say that they can't do the same thing? He got 120 trucks, like he got 120 trucks in the French Quarter. You might have 120 trucks, but they ain't all in the French Quarter. Second of all, you were the biggest advocate for Cantrell. You got the rest of the city. I thought you were the biggest advocate for the mayor. Now you talking doggish on her. And so I'm gonna see if Troy want to comment too. Alvin,
What there, G?
what's going on, Big Money?
Oh, bro. Lord, WBOK family, hey there. You fly by listeners and you spook by the door back at the back of the church back there by the door. Bruh. So, couple of things. Like you just said, you just took one of my points about him being an advocate for the mayor. Number two, see, this is why folks, like you just said a while back, G, and like I said a lot of times, this is why we can't be in politics. Because, bruh, how you going to sit up there and put that lie and that facade out there and then come back and try to get you some sympathy on the end to talk about what you do? Bruh, that's what people not understanding and forgetting. This was a procurement process that somebody on the city council had an issue with, that Mr. Henry and Mr. Richardson had an issue with their contract that they worked out. So it was an emergency put in place. So therefore, it's a stopgap procedure.
Yep.
At some point, when you stop the blood from bleeding and the wound begins to heal, you put the, man, come on, bro. Where were you prior to 2005 and 2004 or whenever you started doing the French Quarter, when you claimed nobody coming because of puke, pee, and all this other stuff? Say, bro, you realize the French Quarter been there way before you decided to get up in the garbage there, Mr. Sidney Torres. You do realize that, right?
Well, I think
You do realize
I think the number one thing you got to remember with this company is that when he was there in 2005, and you need to go back, is that he sold his company.
Thank you.
He sold it and was out of the business.
Yep.
If I'm
you
not
had to sign a
mistaken.
non-compete clause.
And there was controversy about that he wasn't supposed to be able to sell the contract. So keep going. I'm just saying.
You know, and it's just amazing, G, how you could put stuff out there like you got the last and the only machine that can clean a street. You got proprietary information and proprietary copyright infringement and all this for all the sweet smelling stuff in the French Quarter. Come on, man. And then for you to say, and because I read the article, and it's like they put words together, and it's like, bro, if you don't know, when you saying it, it seems like it's the truth, and it's not, and it's not. The man already in the downtown development district, and for you to say, bruh, what you mean? Because they cousins, what they got to do with anything? It was a bid that you lost in the beginning, and that's what people keep forgetting. I don't care what y'all want in the French Quarter. What I want is $1 million. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
And 50 acres of land. That's what I want. You know what I mean? There's a couple of things we didn't want in this city that we got anyway because it was what happened.
Yeah.
Wasn't nobody giving anything. And for you to come out, the man just told you yesterday and said already the reason why it's 2.1 more is because they already going to court, so they already got to buy new equipment, and they're going to already be in position for when the contract was originally supposed to start anyway. Come on, bruh. Why is people, like you just said yesterday, G, I'm so tired of this misinformation, bruh. I'm so tired of this BS. It's like, bruh, come on, man.
Yeah. Yep. Here we go. All right, Al, let me take Troy. Troy's hanging on. Let me get to him because I think that we're probably going to hear an exclusive here because I see in that new Fox Business report that he did not return comments. So we may be get an exclusive here talking to Mr. Henry. So
Going
I
to
appreciate you, brother.
Nationwide to get some support and get some sympathy. Boy, go ahead.
Yeah,
All
there
right.
you go. I appreciate you, Alvin. Thank you, brother.
All right.
All right. Mr. Henry, how are you, sir?
How you doing, G?
What's going on now?
Oh man, same old stuff, different day. You know, the only thing that's changed at all is the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal also just rejected the Felix People's appeal of the denial of the injunction. So they're trying everything they can to stop us. You know what I mean?
So how many losses is that? Because I was asking
I
the
think it's
question. I think
9.
we're somewhere near 8, aren't we?
I think that was 8. I think this makes 9. I think I'm not sure. I done lost track though.
And I
So, but
continue to
that's-
ask the same question. How much money is this costing us for them to keep going to court?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much it's costing the public. I mean, I don't even know how much it's costing me yet. But I mean, look, we're not going to back down from these liars, and look, we're blessed, and we know we'll prevail. So, you know, I listen to the garbage that the guy is spewing out. He knows he's lying.
Pardon the pun,
You know what I mean?
garbage, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
You know,
I'm sorry.
He knows he's lying. He's, you know, I don't have no experience, and I don't, you know, like he doesn't know I'm downtown, and then it's typical of white folks that if a black man gets a contract, it's because of nepotism or some sort of inside the politics. But when he gets one, it's on merit, and that just kind of shows you the racist hypocrisy that these guys have in their heart. And look, that's just who they are. This is the pool we swim in, and so we just have to deal with these knuckleheads the way we deal with them. We fight fire with fire, and you know, we're looking forward to starting on the 31st. You know, our team's performance is going to be great. That's what they don't want you to see, is how well we'll do, because then the myth is over. You know, then it's nobody can clean it like I can. Myth is over. So that's what they're trying to avoid, and we know it. They know it.
So I guess facetious as I was being when you were here, I was still asking the question about, is somebody's pressure washer gold plated and yours is not?
Right.
Do you have old retread tires on your trucks? And they got brand new Goodyear or something? What is it? I'm trying to figure out what's the difference. And now you're gonna have the French Quarter smelling like pee, puke, doo doo,
right,
and the rest of the stuff. So I'm like, okay, if you're cleaning it, then why is it gonna smell that way?
So it's pure fear mongering. I mean, it's all they're trying to do is he's trying to spin up fear. And look, to me, it's kind of wild because he's biting the hand that's feeding him. I mean, he's insinuating that me and the mayor did something nefarious. I mean, you know, mayor's his customer still. You know what I mean?
Doesn't he have a lot of contracts throughout the districts of the city for garbage?
Well, I think so. I
could have sworn
business,
when she was running for mayor, I could have sworn when she was running for mayor that he was her biggest supporter. You were on that stage.
Oh yeah. Look, I supported the mayor, and listen, she hasn't been perfect, but look, I support her, and I think she's run this process very well. And if Sidney Torres wouldn't continue to try and corrupt the process, which he's done, look, the gentleman before you called in just said it. It was a stopgap measure to bring him in until Richards and I got our stuff together. In no way was it intended to be a year-long, thing. And then you throw out the big procurement, which is what they're proposing to do now. Just throw us off, So they're just being disingenuous and dishonest. Most sane people know that. The problem is the TV media with these 30-second or 1-minute stories really kind of are they don't capture what's really going on. So why do I not reply to the AP stuff? Because look, if they want to know what I feel, they can go on WBOK and they can understand it in detail.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to just kind of continue to search out and all of these people calling me up for comments. They want to know what it is. They can play back this Facebook or they can play back this show and they can get all the stories they want. We know what we've done. The mayor knows what she's done. But I think it's insulting to the African-American business community that every time a black man gets a city contract, it's something was wrong about it.
How did Liz Merrill get involved in this?
From what I heard that what's her name, Barbie, Helena, and him or JP or one of them went up to talk to the governor and asked for, please help. You know, and the sky is going to fall, and you know, the world is going to change, and you know, all of this kind of stuff. And I guess he bought it. I don't know. You know, that's typical.
I heard it, and I heard her what she said, but I'm also reading, and I think that a lot of folks are thinking that she's made some type of opposition to this whole contract thing in the court of law. She just made an opinion. Am I wrong in saying that?
Correct.
Okay.
She just issued an opinion. You know what I mean? And that's it. And now, you know, I don't know, since they just got a preliminary injunction.
Because I just played.
Don't know.
Torres is commenting. He's saying that she's getting involved, and hopefully she's going to stop it. But it was just a comment that she made, right?
He wants somebody to stop it. You know what I mean? Please don't let him start, because then it's going to show that he's a ruse.
Yeah.
You know? So he's desperate. He's literally desperate. So, you know, we just kind of smile about it. We just keep doing what we're doing. We're ready. You know, we start training. Our team goes through the extensive training on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We go live first thing Thursday morning, and we'll be ready. We're fully staffed, and I said fully staffed.
Mm-hmm.
We're fully equipped. I said fully equipped.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, all the other nonsense he's talking about, he don't know what he's talking about. How do you know what I got?
Well, he did say that you don't have no trucks, and I could have sworn that was my next question, because I could have sworn you came here, you sat in the chair, and you said, I just came back from buying my trucks, and Richards is buying his too.
Hey, G, I'm driving one of them right now. I'm on Chef Highway right in front of St. Mary's Academy.
You ought to bring it over here so we can take some pictures of it and put it on the
No, I don't want. I want him to wonder until Thursday. You know, let him guess. I don't need to prove nothing to Sidney Torres. Bro.
Yes, indeed.
He lost. He's a third place loser who is now trying to figure out a way to justify his existence. That's it. So next time, win the game.
Yeah.
You know, don't try and cheat your way through the back door.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, huh?
Yeah. So you know, I don't have to listen to all that nonsense he's spewing. You know, he lost. That's a loser's limp, is all it is.
Well, just have a bag of diapers in your truck, because he may need them. I guess my last question for you, and I know you got to finish your work here. Do you think that they're going to show up to do the work in the French Quarter the same day that you're supposed to take over?
Well, look, I mean, they're not authorized. So, I mean, I think that would be something that the mayor would have to decide, and the police chief would have to decide if you're going to allow unauthorized vehicles to begin performing certain duties. You know what I mean? So the only one, there will only be one contract that's valid as of July 31st. So I'm not in law enforcement, you know, so how they want to handle that, how the city wants to handle that, I think he's treading on some thin ice.
Yeah, I do think that got to be talked about, because I got a feeling that there's going to be a protest, and he may be heading it up to get the residents of the French Quarter all riled up about bringing his trucks in to do the work. And I don't want to hear that, you know, your guys and his guys got MMA boxing matches out there on the French Quarter street.
No. Look, our team we'll train them and make sure my management team won't engage in that nonsense. You know what I mean? That kind of disruptive behavior is only going to continue to demonstrate how desperate he is and how small-minded he is, because he's not acting on behalf of the city. Now he's just acting like a child. And so, you know, if he decides to do that, then God bless him, and he'll pay the price and the consequences associated with those kind of actions, you know.
Cool. Then
I'm not too worried about it. You know what I mean? We'll do what we do, and he's welcome to do what he wants to do.
I appreciate it. I hate to even bother you with this on a Friday, but I just
no, it's no big deal, G. You know, I love WBOK, obviously, and hey, and look, by the way, we're still on schedule to bring the new station online soon, so that's going to be fun too.
Absolutely.
As we work through all of the final details with the new FM station. So
yeah, cool. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
But we're good. we're good, G. Don't sweat it. It's gonna work out.
I got you, but I just wanted you to know that, I got some karate skills if you need me to get out there,
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. No,
I appreciate it.
I think we're gonna be okay. Thanks a bunch, G.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, take care.
All right, take care. All right, the owner of this radio station, Troy Henry, letting you know that what's getting ready to happen is he ain't worried about it. Wah, 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 wah. More coming up. We got to take a break. We'll get back to the phone lines. Cam, Darren, everybody hold tight. We're coming right back.
Late nights are made for chillin', and you can do just that every Sunday night at 10 p.m. as DJ Wick brings you The Love Zone. It's the perfect way to top off your weekend with your favorite old and new school ballads. So sit back, relax, and let DJ Wick take you to the Love Zone on WBOK and on the World Wide Web at WBOK1230.com.
Are you passionate about community safety and police accountability? Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Get the facts and stay informed. We're breaking down complex issues, highlighting community voices, and holding people behind the badge accountable. Join us for an informative hour every Friday at noon on WBOK. Your city, your police, your show. The Monitor's Mic. Got unpaid parking or camera tickets in New Orleans? Here's some good news. Through August 31st, you can take care of them without paying late fees. That's money back in your pocket. Just go to NOLA.gov/no late fees to see what you owe. You can pay all at once or sign up for a payment plan and break it into monthly payments at no extra cost. That's NOLA.gov/no late fees. NOLA.gov/no late fees. Don't miss out. This offer ends August 31st.
Hello, I'm Gary Clark. Please tune in to Dr. Clark 101, The Living Classroom, which is broadcasted weekly every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. on WBOK 1230 a.m. on your dial. And as always, it's been a pleasure.
From Gentilly to New Orleans East, WBOK is what New Orleans is talking about. WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, hold on. Kim, what you say? Kim? All right, Darren.
Yes, I'm here.
What you say?
Good afternoon. Oh, I have a lot to say. Oh, back in 2005, October, November, he started the company with SDT. It wasn't IZ at the time, and he was picking up commercial garbage. He wasn't picking up no residential. He wasn't picking up nothing in the French Quarter. He wasn't cleaning those streets at that time. You know, if he feel like that, he need to give up all this residential that he took from all Riches and all Metro, Remellis, and everybody else, because he ain't never gained nothing. He always threw a monkey wrench out there to make people get out of their contract to come over to him. He have not proved anything and have not showed anything at all under no interest.
Well, my question has been and still is the same thing, and you can comment on this one too. I just keep asking the question: is there something different in the trucks, the pressure washers? Is there something different in the hoppers? What is it that makes folks just say, I don't want nobody else to do this, only you are the person that can do this? Is it the person itself? Is it the company? Or is it the race of the people?
It's the race of the people. Because you look at it on his residential side and in the French Quarter side, he got all Mexicans on the back of the truck. He don't have no brothers on the truck no more. He weaving them out more and more every day. They got less brothers working for him than more than he have as Mexicans and Arabs.
Really?
Yes. Go out there in the morning time and ride around 7, 8, 9 wall French Quarter in Uptown and see the people on the back of the truck.
Yeah, I never noticed that, so I couldn't verify it, but maybe it's something I should look into as well. But I'll let you have that comment because I hadn't seen it. I have not seen it. So
You can ride to the quarters right now. You know, they steady sweeping the ground. They steady picking them or emptying the cans with the black trash bags and putting them on the back of the pickup truck and the little small truck that they have. They're doing that all day long. And that's all Mexicans.
Hmm.
And he bought apartments right there off of Carrollton and Tulane and housing all the Mexicans right there. Is it legal? I don't know.
So they house there too?
Yes.
I thought that was just the offices
and
where they park the trucks.
Right around Tulane and Carrollton and housing all the Mexicans right there.
Wow.
That worked for him.
Yes, indeed. All right, Darren. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate
it.
Okay,
then. I can go on and on, but that's okay.
I hear you. I see you got some more, but I'm going to let you have that. That's okay. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
All right.
All right. George.
Man, habla español, Brolo.
What?
Habla español.
Goodness. Where you been?
Man, I'm listening to that intelligent black man you were talking to on the radio, and I was burning my pork chops that I'm doing
You sounded like you about to say, can somebody pass me some of the Grey Poupon? That's what you sound like.
I'm doing jerk pork chops while I was listening to the very intelligent, thoughtful, and resourceful conversation of a very confident black man.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, indeed. Well, so what you
now,
got?
as far as that guy, Sidney, they got to go out to Kimmer and ask them people how they feel about Sidney Torres. That's what I said. They need to send the French Quarter Commission out to Kimmer and ask them people in Kimmer who say they want their money back, Sidney, what you doing, right? You a thief. You robbed us, Sidney. You charged us, overcharged us, and triple overcharged us. And then you come to the city of New Orleans to get a contract for twice as much money and do half the work. What is he talking about? What is he talking about?
Are you looking for me to answer that? I have no idea what this is all about. I mean, this just seemed like a bitch session to Fox News.
Bruh, he had big mad air, bruh. He got so much money, he can run commercials and put up billboards about picking up garbage, bruh. I like his style. He show his money.
Yep.
He show his money. Because somebody said it earlier. When he was friends with the mayor and he got that friendly contract, he ain't had no complaints. What happened, bro? What happened?
I don't know.
You got to get TD on the horn and say, TD, I thought you and Sidney was partners. What's up with this?
Mm-hmm.
I like the way my man said, how you going to come in limping? You limping, you lost the race, come in third place, and you limping and crying because you lost the race. I love that intelligent black man, bro. That was one of them quotes right there. You limping because you lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm right.
Are you finished?
Bruh, I'm going to finish like this. If I ain't listening to WBOK, Gerard G. Mad Stevens on the radio, and congratulations on the new station coming up. I heard that drop, bro. I'm liking it more. Oh, yeah. And I ain't listening to WBOK 1230 AM on my radio, my computer, on my cell phone, soon to be on my local FM station. I'm going to miss out on some. Oh, Gerard G. Mad Stevens, did I give you a plug? I'm going to miss out. Oh, a wick in the background dropping in Sunday Pops, too. I'm going to miss out on some intelligent black facts and some great sounds I need to know and hear. Oh, yeah. Hey, go, Mr. Henry, go. Go, Mr. Henry, go.
Go, George. Gone. For real, gone.
Gone.
Goodbye.
Love y'all. Keep doing it.
All right. Mr. Elmore.
Yes, sir. Look, the brother who called previously, he made a comment, and I kind of would agree with him. I won't go for and say Mexican because they're Hispanic. They speak Spanish language. But a lot of those young women and a lot of those men on the speak up are not Afro-Americans. Trust me. I'm not blowing smoke. I was just saying something to be saying something. I witness it every day, brother, because I walk there every day. I walk in the quarters every single day, basically, since January 1st. And I see what the brother is saying. So he's basically on tune on what he's saying. Most of his workers are basically Hispanic. And I'll be very honest with you. I mean, you got to call a spade a spade. Sure, Sidney Torres is from that clan in Chalmette. Okay?
He what?
He's from that clan in Chalmette. And he probably got the contract. I'm sure he got the contract because of political connection. And let me say what one of the brothers said, and he was kind of in tune. I'm going to add on to what he said. A lot of times when you have money, listen to what I said, Gerard, you have money and you're in the clique. The clique help you out. I help you, you help me. So what the clique does, I may know nothing about trash pickup.
Mm-hmm.
But say you my boy, you my friend, just say you was in the business. I say, hey Gerard, listen to me, bro. I'm gonna get this major contract. You my boy. You know about trash pickup, not me. And they set you up. They get the contract so big, man, that I could buy my own trucks, mechanics and everything. That's how the game was played. And guess who paid for it? Taxpayers like me and you. So those games been played, man, before me and you were born, you know.
Well, so one of the things too that you got to look at, and I'll say this, Mr. Elmore, you can say whatever you want to say, but I know that just because I'm a consultant, I'm the business owner, and I know how to put together the deal. I know how to put together the request for proposal. I got somebody working with me that knows how to do the trash. That's been doing it here in the entire city of New Orleans for over 10, 15 years, at least 20 years. And I'm talking about Alvin Richards Disposal. That is his partner in this whole. So you can't say that they don't know what to do. And I know that Alvin Richards, if you ever had the chance, and I'm privileged because I can go right now out here off of Gentile Road and sit down in Alvin Richards' office and talk trash to that man. Don't know what I'm talking about. Alvin Richards will correct me and break it down by the yard. Will break it down to me by the cent. Will break it down to me by the truck, and will break it down to me by the area. He know it. This man used to work at NASA.
Well, no, Gerard, listen. I want to say something, and please forgive me the way I say it. I was that suggesting because I love that man to death, and Troy Henry too. I want everything to be straight on time the way it's supposed to be, because a lot of shenanigans is going on. So I'm clarifying this with you because I don't want you to suggest to think that I think what like they are not qualified folk. Oh, they're more than qualified to get. What basically I was saying, genuinely speaking, in the game before we got to learn the game, white folks with power, and I hate to say it, call a spade a spade. And man, say I'm white, and I got power, got money, and I'm bidding on the contract. Ain't no nothing about trash or pickup, nothing about general contracting. And I get the before you know it, you thought I've been doing this? Look, I've seen contractors with brand new trucks, brand new tools. Guys look like they don't even know what they're doing, but they got the contract because they was in the clique.
You know what I do? You know what I'll do? And I gotta go to my break. I'll go to Home Depot and look at the tools and be like, I think I want one of them, and ain't got nothing to do with it, nothing. But just because I want it. All right, I gotta go to break. I thank you, Mr.
All right, brother. Bye, man.
All right, coming up, we'll play Sidney Torres' comments one more time, just in case you missed it, because I'm getting texts all day. News is next.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Several people were briefly detained during a Black Lives Matter protest in Homewood, Alabama, demanding the release of body cam footage in the police shooting of 18-year-old Jabari Peoples. Protesters face charges including disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. No injuries were reported. Wrestling legend Hulk Hogan has died at 71. He suffered cardiac arrest Thursday at his Florida home and was later pronounced dead at the hospital. WWE called him one of pop culture's most recognizable figures. Hogan's career ended in 2015 after leaked audio revealed him using racial slurs. He later apologized. And LeBron James' lawyer sent a cease and desist to AI platform FlickUp for creating deepfake videos of NBA stars. The platform has since made changes. The legal battle between the right to parody public figures and the violation of individuals' autonomy in deepfake content remains unresolved. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The Reality Check on WBOK 1230 AM.
heard me? You heard me?
Too bad that wasn't on camera.
You heard me though, huh?
I heard you.
I thought she was trying to kill me. It was not there when I left out. No, it wasn't. You trying to kill me. Send me to NOPD.
I ain't think your reflexes were that quick.
Huh?
I ain't think your reflexes were that quick.
When I see I'm getting ready to hit the floor, yes, sir. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. She tried to trip me up.
Trip it, trip it, trip it.
Trip it, trip it, trip it. Mm-hmm. All right, so look, conversation today. They went national with this story today. And it's interesting to me that FoxBusiness.com, anybody can go see it for themselves, did a whole full-page article with video about this story. And the name of, and it says, it's an exclusive. What does that mean, G? The contractor ousted. Not I took over an emergency contract, but I was ousted in the French Quarter. Says $8 million trash deal with the mayor doesn't pass the smell test. Did you hear Sidney Torres's conversation on Fox Business? If you didn't, we just happen to have it, and I'm looking for your comments here. 504-582-9422, because people are texting me saying they didn't hear it. So, you ready? Here we go.
For someone who doesn't own any garbage trucks, has never been in this type of business, doesn't have a record to show that he's operated street sweepers and flushers and garbage trucks. He's a middleman. He's a consultant who subs everything out. And he became very friendly with the mayor because of, from my understanding, the Oliver Thomas, who's running for mayor, who's a council member, has been pushing his cousin, who they said they're cousins, Troy Henry. And that's how Troy Henry stepped into getting multi-million-dollar contracts like the airport, the downtown development district. Now he's trying to take over the French Quarter with the mayor's help. Simple, they said it themselves. The contractor met with the mayor privately. They agreed to do this against all of the mayor's top staff, the sanitation director, the CAO, the deputy CAO. So they're definitely between the mayor and Henry. I don't understand exactly what went on, but the fact that he was able to convince her that he was ready when everyone else that evaluated the process and procedures to start a contract of this size said that he's not ready. And it was alarming that that he would say he was ready. And there's we're going into hurricane season, and there's all kind of other things that cause them to ring the alarm to say he's not prepared, he's not ready. And they told the mayor this. She said she agreed and was going to send a letter to rescind my cancellation. And then she obviously met with Troy Henry, and supposedly they talked that evening, and he convinced her, as she said, to move forward with him for $2.1 million more when it's less service and he doesn't have the equipment. He's a consultant that's subbing all this out. It's going to smell just like it smelled before we took it over. It's going to smell like beer, stale beer, urine, puke, all the different things you smell from people that get drunk, walk on the side streets and throw up or use the bathroom on the ground. It's going to go right back to how it was. I mean, he doesn't even have the equipment. So he's leasing from different people. He has zero control, and very little synergies really no synergies to work with, having all different types of equipment and maintenance and fleet staff to be able to do the maintenance. Those are things that are very important. I mean, we run 120 trucks in my company. We've been doing this since 2005. We have a reputation of doing a great job, and we know that there's no way they'll be able to do the job that we're doing and our team is doing. And the French Quarter is in a tricky place right now because tourism is down. A lot of people are moving out of the city, and the city budget's a mess right now. So, at the end of the day, this was a bright spot for the French Quarter and the city of New Orleans and the state. And I think that taking it away is going to be something that people notice. And I think it will affect the economy in the local French Quarter there, because who's going to want to go and eat smell puke, urine, and dealing with that when they're going to eat or coming out from eating at a restaurant. Nobody wants to deal with that. And that's something that we were able to take care of and deal with. And hopefully the Supreme Court reverses it. She's the lead attorney for the state of Louisiana. I mean, she sees that the citizens are being wronged. She sees that the taxpayers are being wronged. She sees that the state statute is being broken, affected, and it's not being followed as it was intended to be used for emergencies. If any, like I said, if any mayor can call an emergency at, in the evening to sign a contract within a few hours, knowing that the council's going to reverse it the next day, and even changing documents and signatures according to the council, they whited out signatures, whited out dates, whiting out the dates. I think not signatures. They whited out the dates. And you can see the line where it was whited out. And then there's emails that the council provided yesterday and today that show that it wasn't signed the day the emergency was there. It was actually signed the following day. So I think this is going to be something that goes on for years to come. And I think there's going to be more investigations from a malfeasance side, from even forging documents and things like that, according to the council and what they're saying. I mean, this can go deeper than just a contract given to the mayor's friend. It can go deeper. It's going to go deeper than that, according to what I'm hearing and all the things that are coming out. While this is, somebody was in a can. There was a homeless person that was in a can one time, and we actually dumped the can in the back of the truck, and we didn't realize it until we heard the person in the back of the truck, and we had to pull over and get the person out. It was a drunk homeless person in a can that was sleeping, and we ended up throwing him in the back of the truck. So that was an interesting thing that we did. Something else that was very interesting is that somebody lost their wedding ring and asked us would we look and find that, and we were able to find it for them, which was a great thing. So there's been interest. People always come to the garbage, whether it's a criminal investigation or somebody getting drunk on Bourbon Street and forgetting or losing something. They always come to us to look for it. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, but we do try to accommodate them whenever that occurs.
All right. 504-582-9422. What'd you say, Kevin?
Hey, I want to get you up to speak. I'm listening to y'all talk about. First of all, thank y'all for doing what y'all do, having these conversations. We wouldn't be hearing about them comprehensively the way y'all cover it if y'all wasn't doing it. Man, a couple of things came up. One of them was how many executives of companies don't sub-work out. Most all of them sub-work out. None of them have personal experience for the most part. None of them picked up garbage cans or cleaned crap off the ground. So the bottom line, matter of fact, most businesses in general do get specialists for different components of what they do in their business, okay? Second of all, how is it that Sidney Torres got a crystal ball? That was Sidney Torres that y'all just had on radio just now.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have a crystal ball to know exactly what's going to happen with the puke and the smell? And it sounds like he already projecting what's going to happen. And not only that, doesn't the black fellow who has the contract, he have other black people who's run businesses who I think, if I'm not mistaken, y'all just say he's partnering is part of his operation.
Yeah.
So how is it that he's just totally not addressing the fact that this black contractor has exactly all the expertise that he has in
even
his
more.
team.
He'd be doing it longer.
Yeah, and so the bomb, and we're talking about, is it race? Is it what it is? It's always race. We've been here 450 years. Nothing has changed. The only thing changes the players. But the same game remains the same. And it's not just about race. it's always about black marginalization because, generally speaking, blacks are the only ones directly calling out the sources of the discrimination. Now we're doing a horrible job at it. Look, it's in our face that everything they talk about is we're going to end diversity and equity. We let them get away with just saying we ending diversity and equity. Make them explain what about diversity and equity do they have a problem with that they're ending? Is it because the people who never had a chance are trying to get a seat at the table after 450 years? Something is wrong with that. We're not even challenging them on what these things they're acting like it's a problem.
Nope.
Make them to explain it. Make it plain what they're talking about when they say diversity and equity. We just let them get away with talking points like that's saying something. It's really not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's psychobabble.
Well, what you call it, bro?
It's psychobabble. They're talking without saying anything, and we let them get away with it.
Yeah. But I think
it's like me saying everybody.
But I think it started politically when the Republicans. Now this is where I'm talking about more so politically than anything else. When we let Republicans say that they wanted to get rid of DEI type of programs within the upper echelon of colleges and let them take that to court. And then, of course, it got taken out. Then the next thing you know, everybody's talking DEI, get rid of it. But my question is just like yours. Where did that hurt anybody? They said it because we're not getting the best of the best. We're getting folks to be able to take, outstanding paying jobs because of the color of your skin instead of the knowledge in your head.
Who's to say we're not getting the best of the best?
That's what I've been wondering too.
Make them explain that who wasn't the best of the best. Make them say specific. If I tell you everybody is doing something, we're not getting the best of the best. Make it plain. Be specific.
Yep. You make a good point.
And call them on that.
All right, Kevin. Let me take these other calls, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Pop Jones.
Hey, G-Man.
What's going on with you,
How you
Big
doing?
Papa?
All right, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
But you got your butter with you. You got your butter with you.
Questions.
What you got?
It may not be no connection into the question I want to ask, but I've been listening to all what's been going on. But I just wonder, I just have one question to ask. When Ivy Waste was fired and Kenner were overcharging, did you have? Could there be a connection? In other words, did you hear any of this stuff going on? And from what I'm understanding, this is going on as far as Baton Rouge, and we got officials here in the city that's seemingly going against the mayor and all this. So did any of this stuff go on when they were charged with overcharging the people in Kenner? Or
maybe I ought to
is
call
there
the
any
mayor.
connection?
Maybe I ought to call the mayor in Kenner and ask him to come to the table and explain to us what had happened. How about that? That might be a good interview because I don't think that has been fully explained. I know that Lee Zurich did the investigation on it, but nobody has talked to the mayor in an extensive interview to explain why this happened in Kenner and what's the process. Maybe we'll do that.
All right. Thank you very much.
That'll give you some information on what we got here. Because, I mean, how far is Kenner from New Orleans? Maybe 30 miles, 20 miles?
Well, I heard all of what he was saying, about, a whole lot of stuff that he was saying concerning the freight quarters and defending himself and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to know just was there any connection, or did he defend himself like that, or talk against officials in Kenner? That's what I was trying to. Or did anybody make a stand in Baton Rouge or anything like that?
Where you get the Baton Rouge part from? I don't know about the Baton Rouge part. What happened? Huh? Pop?
What you saying?
No, I'm saying you keep saying about the Baton Rouge. Something happened in Baton Rouge. What happened in Baton Rouge?
No, what I'm saying, from what I'm understanding, that then we have some of the officials here in New Orleans went as far as Baton Rouge, like Helena Moreno or something.
Yes, to I guess more so energize the French Quarter Management Group. Yes.
Oh, so they're speaking against the mayor.
And of course, Henry Consultant.
Against Henry.
Yes.
Oh, all right. So that's the reason why I listen to WBOK, because I kind of figured it was something like that.
Yep.
Going on.
So we'll ask for him to come in and see if we can get the Mayor Kenner to come to the show next week.
Yeah, that would be a beautiful thing.
All right. Good enough, my friend.
Thank you.
How you been? You been all right?
Yeah, I told you I lost my first cousin in a fire about 2 weeks ago.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she didn't die in the fire, but from the smoke.
Oh, the smoke
hospital.
inhalation.
They got a memorial tomorrow.
You all right? How the rest of the family? My condolences,
So,
of course.
Keep us in your prayers.
Yeah. All right, my friend. I would say
All
have
right,
a good weekend, but I know
man.
you'll be dealing with something. So, my prayers with you here.
All righty.
All right, talk to you later. All right, more coming up, folks. We'll get you ready for the next segment. Coming up, everybody hold tight.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat.
There are seeds of misdirection, little tiny seeds of, girls don't really do math, or CEOs that are black, they don't exist, or a black person can't be a hedge fund manager. These seeds are planted in our little minds and our psyches from the time we were 8 years old, 9 years old, or whatever.
That's Daphne Jones. She's enjoyed a successful career in leadership roles at major companies like GE and IBM, defying odds as a woman and person of color. Now, she wants to share her success. One piece of advice, always look at the big picture.
Play the long game. Do not look at what you're doing or what people are saying to you or how they're treating you in the short-term perspective. Know that there's 4 quarters to a football game.
Jones's latest book, Win When They Say You Won't, is full of advice like that for young women and minorities aiming to break through. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowes.com/delivery for more details.
Hoops, Heat, The Truth, on demand. Ball Don't Lie is now live on all podcast platforms. Tap in, search WBOK Media, find Ball Don't Lie, and bring the fire with you wherever you go. Download, share, and leave that 5-star review, because the game doesn't stop when the show ends.
Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Every Friday at noon on WBOK.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. It's always something, huh? For the most of you that are paying attention to local news as well, there seems to be someone who was let loose. Is that a good way to put it? Who was mistakenly released. Thank you for being such articulate and astute. Mistakenly released today from the jail. And I'm seeing that the sheriff is basically letting us know that these people that were, the person that was released had the same, I guess, last name as someone else. And I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm going to let her explain it. She's going to have to. But anyway, she did say that there will be some type of, what did she say? Disciplinary action? Yeah, and they're supposedly doing a press conference now with Ann Kirkpatrick, where they will find out, who this person is. They're going to try to catch him, bring him back to the Justice Center, of course, and maybe they'll turn themselves back in. But we shall see. Do I want to talk about it? I'm trying to stay. I really am trying my best to stay out of this conversation because of politics. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. The next part, when I said the next segment, and Wick, I'm getting ready to send you something else. I know you're going to go, what? When I send this to you. Y'all, I hate everything sometimes gets down to the point that we have to talk to you about how people are being handled in today's society, and we think that we're in post-racial issues here in our city of New Orleans, right? Well, why is there a segment that is actually in the news break that is all over the world that's entitled, "Why Don't You Put a Whites Only Sign Up?" Because there is video of a manager threatening to call the cops on a black customer for taking too long to purchase coffee in a coffee shop. So I need to let y'all know that the reason that I really wanted to talk about this, because the first time I read this story, I was like, I'm not reading that story. And, well, let me read it and see what it is. And then it said, oh, yeah, that's there in New Orleans. I'm like, what? Desiree Carr allegedly walked into the Rue de la Course, a popular uptown cafe in New Orleans. She wasn't there for fun. She had to do some work. As a media correspondent for Xavier University alum, she was on a deadline and needed a spot to wrap up the post video. She just grabbed a table, settled in, and got to work. Nothing unusual, especially for Destiny, who had been to the cafe just the day before. But then 10 minutes of walking in, the vibe shifted. The manager, a woman by the name of Danielle, Caucasian, came over and told her that she needed to make a purchase. Destiny explained that she was absolutely intending to do so. But just as soon as she finished uploading this video that she was working on, but that didn't seem to matter. Instead of backing off, the manager escalated the situation and, according to Destiny, even threatened to call the police. You got that already? Feeling rattled and unsure, Destiny pulled out her phone and started recording. Said, I was continuously harassed not even 10 minutes after I walked in, and eventually began recording. As you guys can see, it escalated, and ultimately I was threatened and called, and the police were called upon. Let's go ahead on and start this up.
A cafe calls the cops on a black patron for sitting at the establishment. Here's the video.
It's my job to make sure everyone in here. Again, I come here all the time. I have received that you come here all the time. I ate pineapple on yesterday in here. It's fine. I'm going to let her call the cops. This is fine. Let her have her moment. I come in here too many times. Too many times. I do work in here all the time. Yes, I came in here yesterday trying to get work done. I spend a minimum all the time. And the guy that comes, the taller guy that's here, he knows me. Personally, coming here all the time. He's the one that makes my drink all the time. I understand. No. I understand y'all business, but I'm saying for me, I come in here all the time. Have receipts of me coming here all the time. I do spend money in here all the majority of the times. Today, again, I came here to make a video. I said, let me finish. I'm going to buy something. So if I'm already telling I'm going to buy something, why continue to bother me? You think the video's all over now? Yeah, I'm saying if I'm trying to finish a video that I owe at 10:30, there's no reason why y'all can't give me a second to post it and then come and make my purchase. And I've already said I'm going to make a purchase. But let her call the cops. Let her call the cops.
Weaponizing the cops, put it at full mass. To the individual who decided to engage in this back and forth and the owners of that establishment, at the end of this week, I want you to analyze your goals and outcomes. Whatever your goal was for telling this woman to leave and the outcome you will see this week. Destiny Kerr was told to leave the cafe or they will call the police. Destiny K is an HBCU correspondent. She posted an encounter she had at a New Orleans cafe called Rue de la Course, RUEDELACOURSE, writing, quote, do not buy from Rue de la Course, Carrollton Avenue in New Orleans. Kicked out, threatened, and weaponized by police on today, July 18th, 2025. I was harassed, threatened, and had the police weaponized against me simply for sitting without a purchase while finishing work due at 10:30 a.m. I clearly stated I'd order once the task was done, but was still told to leave, despite empty tables. As a Black woman and a paying customer, take your business where you're respected. So the establishment allegedly posted this statement about the incident. Destiny also claims they're removing Google reviews and have blocked her on Instagram. And it says, our staff is trained to ensure all people who are utilizing the space have purchased something. Although we welcome all customers, we do have strict policies regarding those who don't, and we do not feel it's right to discriminate these policies based on race, gender, sexual orientation, otherwise. We wish our customers happiness and success in all your future endeavors. To the business owner, I'm a business owner myself. What makes someone a patron? What makes them a customer? It's not the transaction, because if that were the case, a person couldn't come in and utilize the restroom, wash their hands before they order their food. or maybe take a phone call prior to engaging the cashier. What makes them a customer or a patron is their intent. Their intent. Now, Destiny K would offer rebuttal to their statement. Here it is.
So Rita LaCourse has finally made a statement. Let's unpack it and talk about it. So you say your staff is highly trained, yet these are the comments that have been left about your staff, specifically your manager, Danielle. Not only just that, how are your staff highly trained, yet police were used to not only weaponize, but threaten a loyal customer? Nonetheless, although they welcome our customers and make sure purchases are quote unquote made, I myself and many have witnessed customers not paying and actually just getting water. Nonetheless, to say that we enforce the policy equally without discrimination, I don't think so. Please help me understand why during the situation, manager Danielle referenced the 1930s. Now, this business did not open until the 1990s. Yet, what happened in the 1930s? Yeah, Jim Crow, segregation, and more. You help me do the math. When it comes to the coffee shop, I have never seen any signage or policy put up regarding having to purchase or make a purchase before you sit down or even do your work. However, since going there for over a year, since staying in New Orleans, I've seen many people host meetings, come in there and literally not make a purchase. However, they'll walk up and go to the water that's offered for free on the side. When trying to go to their website to maybe even fact check, there's no website even available.
She has a relationship with the business for a year. The person knew that she purchased just the day before, and she would purchase when she posted for work that had a deadline due. You go to a cafe to maybe drink coffee, eat a bagel, perhaps, catch up on some things, have a meeting. As I said in the beginning of this commentary, I want you to analyze your goal and your outcome. Now, you got a dumbass policy, but it is well within your right to have them. We also have freedom to respond to said policy. So if you're actually trying to do something that is in advocacy for a customer, which once again, the customer is defined by their intent to patronize. That's the law, by the way. So if that is your intent to be an advocate for them, this ain't it. All right, Jasmine, thoughts?
Yeah, look, I get if you want someone to buy something before sitting in the cafe. Like, I get that if that's really the hill that you want to die on. But you're absolutely right to ask the question, what was the goal here? What was the expected outcome? And was any of it worth it, right? Not just like the community impacts, but we're talking about this now at a national level, right? So this woman, I guess she was the business owner, the manager, whoever she was, threatened to call the cops on one of her regular patrons over someone violating, if anything, a store policy. Like, this woman was not doing anything illegal by just sitting in a public space. And then there's the aspect of the, race getting involved. Of the situation, which isn't trivial either. When you're a white woman threatening to call the cops on a black woman, knowing how the cops tend to treat black people, that's more than just a threat of justice. Like, that can be taken almost as a physical threat. And as far as what she was doing, like, I do this all the time. I know I see a lot of other people doing this. It's not uncommon behavior.
Right.
To go into a coffee shop, sit down, get some water. For me, I usually just, like, if there's a line, I'll just sit down and wait for the line to go down, because why am I standing up there when I can just sit here instead and go up whenever there's nobody up there? So, it's a thing. Nobody has ever said anything to me or anyone that I've seen about this. And it is weird, if you're running a business, this business has been there since I think 1990, they said. Obviously, there's a lot of black people in New Orleans. So it's like, if you're going to discriminate in that way, like, maybe that's not the best business model when you're in New Orleans. But like, whenever you're creating something like a coffee shop, especially, like, that is a community space. You made a coffee shop because you wanted to give back to that community, and alienating people over something so trivial, over, just like policing their behavior to the point that you threaten to call the actual police on them. That is not a welcoming environment for, especially a place that is, a coffee shop where people are meant to linger and they're meant to exist within that space however they want to. And whenever you open a business, you have to remember that, you're creating this thing, but people are going to exist within it however they want to, right? And you as a business owner have to understand that. I just helped my friend open a coffee shop recently. It's not mine, so I don't run it. I just helped him get it open. But it's true, like you have to kind of once you're done making it, it's not yours anymore. It's for the community, and they're going to exist within it the way that they want to.
That's right. Well said.
All right.
Well said.
There you
All
go.
right, we'll bring you updates.
Let's just give you some insight on this. This is actually on a national website. This is on Indisputable. For those of you that watch TYT, as a matter of fact, the Young Turks. This is talking about your city, New Orleans. And the cafe, just in case you didn't get it, here in New Orleans, is Rue de la Course. RUEDELACOURSE. It's supposed to be so popular, and it's uptown. And this young lady that and I wish that you could have seen as she was talking, because she was the cops were called upon because she sat down and she was just trying to get a upload of a video. And y'all know when you're trying to upload, well, most of you that have ever uploaded a video, when you're trying to upload a video, depending on the speed of the internet service that you have, it could take a minute. I don't have to make any excuses for this young lady. I'm just trying to figure out, is this how all of those folks that go into this place are treated, depending on who they are, what they are, or what skin color they are? Because that's what this is very much sounding like. Are all of them treated the same? Maybe there needs to be a conversation piece with those folks, or maybe yet start discovering why you go into these establishments in the first place. Are you spending your money in an establishment that doesn't want you there in the first place? Really need to start thinking about that. Are you going into an establishment, spending your money that does not want you there? Maybe this establishment is having a problem with folks that are coming in, using up their internet, using up their space, using up everything. But what this young lady is saying to me is that the resources of this establishment were actually empty while she was there. And I guess she won't be going back anymore. But shouldn't that be the issue? If you can't treat me like you're treating your neighbor, then why am I going there? Instead of me sitting back and saying, oh, you doing this, you're doing that, you're racist. Just don't go. My dollar speaks for me. My money speaks for me. And I got to tell you, it's been a whole lot of coffee shops in the city of New Orleans that have not made it. And I'm not putting no bad hoodoo or juju on nobody, but it's been a lot of coffee shops in New Orleans that have not made it. And I'm looking around and saying to myself, will we be talking about the same person again? Because this is a national story now that has gone viral. And what you didn't do was pay attention to this young lady and what she said to you. She said she was putting together a video for work. It was her job to upload. And she's a Xavier University alum. So you can't think that she's just stupid. She was there trying to finish her work. Welcome to New Orleans. Can I take your order, please? I don't know, there's something going on with these baristas these days. I don't know what's going on. These baristas done really got full of themselves these days. That's an inside joke. That's a real inside joke. I gotta leave that alone. Whew. But it is what it is. All right. Getting back to some positive stuff before we go to this commercial break. We got folks that are I know community folks that are doing a whole bunch of stuff, and it is that time of the year where folks need some help. Folks are looking for help because your kids are getting ready to go back to school. Joining us right now is the former co-host of this show that I still think that she should come back and have some more conversation with us. I just threw that. I just threw that in there for GP. I'm sorry. The one, the only, the best attorney. Would y'all please welcome to the table the one and only Suzette Bagnaris. Hey, counselor.
Good evening, and thank you so much for giving us a minute of your time today. I was listening, and you had a very heavy topic, so we appreciate an opportunity to shed some light on something positive.
Absolutely. You got something you got going on, so this is a heavy topic. Even though that it's a good topic, it's a heavy topic.
It is, because there's a burden on a lot of people this year, particularly given the economic climate that we're all facing. So the Bagnaris firm is inviting the community to a free school supply giveaway this Sunday, July 28th, 2025, from 1 to 4 p.m. at the firm's offices, which are located at 1929 Jackson Avenue. This exciting back-to-school event is held in collaboration with Danielle, the event planner, Southern University at New Orleans, and Ian Fields, who's a candidate for Zulu Big Shot of Africa 2026. The initiative was inspired by Stacey Yates, who's a third-year law student at Loyola University College of Law and a litigation paralegal at the Bagnaris firm. And her commitment to service led to the vision for this community-focused event. We're going to be giving away free backpacks, free school supplies. We're going to raffle off 6 laptop computers, and we're going to have a very family-friendly atmosphere with distribution being on a first-come, first-served basis. This event is open to the public, and we just want the students to know that we do provide them with real support, and we want to remind them that they're not alone in this. So with that, I want to turn it over to Stacey so she can tell you a little bit about why she wanted to do this.
Okay. Hey, Stacey Yates.
Hey, G. What's going on?
You the one. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So God just put it in my spirit to go ahead and do something for the community, for the children. I've come from a low-income family household, so I know what it's like for a mother to not be able to provide school supplies, school bags, things like that for her child to go back to school. So I just wanted to do a little something in order to ensure that, children have what they need.
So look, can we talk about that for a minute? And I'm not trying to harp on anything that might be depressing, because I think that we probably got more in common than we have apart. A lot of us, I've been in that position, struggling trying to get school supplies. And I noticed that a lot of schools these days, whether they are public or private, they send you home after orientation. They send you home with a big old list saying these are the things that you need to bring back. It's not provided by the school system. You have to provide them.
And that is correct.
And that list is expensive.
Yes. And I think it's also, they put a lot of restrictions, too, on what the kids can have, which makes it more difficult for the families sometimes to afford.
When you say restriction, you said restrictions?
Restrictions.
Really?
Yes. Yes, like school bags. School bags, originally it was only mesh and clear school bags. Now, to my understanding, they changed the policies in Jefferson and Orleans. So now it's clear school bags only.
I was one of those that was a little bit more fortunate to be able to send their child to not public school, but to private school. But one of the things I did say, and I'm basically speaking to all of those that are in a private situation. I was okay with trying to get a lot of these different things that needed for the school until I went to go get the uniforms.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know how much uniforms was, and when they rang up that daggone couple of skirts and the sweaters and the shirts and the blouses, I was like, how much? Along with school supplies, I just needed y'all to come look at my new dance out there on Bourbon Street that I had going on, trying to give me some dollars.
Yeah, and that's why hopefully, just lessening the burden for some of these parents and giving them school bag supplies. That way they could just focus on the uniforms, shoes, things like that, underclothes.
All right, so give us the details one more time here because Wick is telling me that I got to go to break here, so give me one more time.
Okay, we're going to be hosting it this Sunday, July 28th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Bagneris Law Firm located at 1929 Jackson Avenue. We're right on the corner of Jackson and Daniel. So we hope everybody comes out. Again, like Suzette has said, we're going to have free school supplies, laptop raffles, and it's on a first-come, first-served basis. Please bring the children out and come and get your supplies.
There you go. I'm proud of you. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. I know the Bagneris Law Firm proud of you, too, and coming up with the vision and doing what y'all do because I know that y'all are making sure the kids is going to be okay. There you go. Yes. Thank you, Miss Yates.
All righty.
I appreciate
Bye-bye.
you much. We got to take our break, y'all. We got more coming up in a minute. Everybody hold tight.
AURN News.
Senator Alex Padilla is stepping into the immigration fight with a bold, if unlikely, proposal. Update: a century-old law to give longtime documented immigrants a real shot at a green card. Now, Padilla's bill, expected Monday, would amend the 1929 Immigration Act and allow anyone who's lived in the U.S. continuously for at least 7 years to apply for lawful permanent resident status. Right now, the registry cutoff is stuck at January 1st, 1972, meaning you have to prove you've been here for more than 50 years to even qualify. This shift could open a pathway for millions, including DACA recipients and those with temporary protected status, many of whom are now being swept up in Trump-era immigration raids and placed into removal proceedings. With Republicans controlling both chambers of Congress, this proposal faces steep odds. The Dignity Act, a bipartisan bill already introduced in the House, has stalled, and Trump's DOJ is letting TPS agreements expire while ICE ramps up aggressive tactics. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
There is a heated debate nationally and internationally about whether Israel is committing genocide in Palestine in the war against the terrorist group Hamas. I have no clarity on either side of the genocide question, but I'm damn certainly clear about what is not debatable: the intentional killing and starvation of innocent women and children at the hands of Israeli soldiers. Death and hunger in Gaza, according to the World Health Organization, is a man-made disaster since Israeli forces initiated a food aid blockade. Now, don't misunderstand my critique as opposition to Israel's right to defend itself against Hamas. It was Hamas who invaded Israel some 21 months ago in a despicable, barbaric attack, murdering 1,200 Israeli citizens and taking 250 hostages. Wiping out Hamas is totally justifiable. What is not justifiable is the heartless policy employed by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to order a food blockade against the starving, homeless Palestinian refugees who have been displaced because of the war. The United Nations says more than 1,000 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces while seeking food aid since late May. Moreover, 2.1 million people are without ample food supply, which includes 900,000 children. Gaza officials report that some 70,000 children are already showing signs of malnutrition. There is no earthly justification under God's Son for such abysmal cruelty. Shame on Netanyahu, who continues to drag his feet on a possible ceasefire while his military leaders refuse to take accountability for the attacks at food distribution centers, insisting they only fired warning shots to keep Hamas at bay. Well, you can put me down in the I'm not convinced column on that explanation. As Big Daddy opined in the play Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, sounds like mendacity to me. Even some of Israel's closest allies are beginning to condemn what some human rights advocates are describing as using food deprivation as a weapon. While it may not be genocide, it damn sure is inhumane. This is Norman Robinson, Off the Top.
New Orleans, are you ready for a voice that says what you're thinking? Who that, you might ask? Arrington Gavin. That's right, I'm your guy, host of The Arrington Gavin Show, giving you so much filled with bold opinions, real conversations, and zero sugarcoating. We're going to be diving into the issues that matter, politics, pop culture, and all the above, unfiltered and unafraid. Catch The Arrington Gavin Show weeknights from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., Monday through Fridays, right here on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about.
Welcome to Chemical of the Month by the community scientists at Rise St. James. This month, we spotlight phthalates, chemicals added to plastics, especially PVC, to make them more flexible and durable. But there's more. Research shows phthalates may disrupt hormones, affect reproductive health, and contribute to environmental pollution impacting our communities. Join us as we explore how these additives shape our everyday lives and the world around us. For more details, visit risestjames.org. Empower your knowledge with Rise.
Hey, New Orleans, look for important changes to your natural gas service. This summer, Delta Utilities takes over for Entergy Gas with a Louisiana-born, Louisiana-based approach to safe, clean, reliable natural gas. No interruptions or rate changes due to the transition, just dependable service and modernized technology to keep you running smoothly. Get to know us at deltautilities.com and stay tuned for more later this summer. Delta Utilities, focused on natural gas, committed to New Orleans.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
Welcome to Liberty Bank and Trust, where your financial journey transforms communities. Since 1972, our customized banking solutions power your dreams and fuel your community growth. Every dollar you invest with us circles back to empower more people, ensuring opportunities for generations. Join us at Liberty Bank. Together, we empower possibility. Visit libertybank.net to start banking with purpose. Liberty Bank, there's freedom here.
WBOK, online at WBOK1230.com.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks. Final few minutes before we get out of here and call it a day. Call it a day for this show. It's been an interesting week. I do think that we're going to get some of that rain that we got. What night was that? Wednesday night? Tuesday night? Wednesday night? And it was, when it came down, baby, it came down. So be prepared for that and just pay attention. Also, before we leave out here, I need to give you the latest update on what has happened. They said that the New Orleans Police and Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office and other local agencies are searching for a man who was mistakenly released from the Orleans Parish Jail. According to the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office, Khalil Bryan was mistakenly released and is facing multiple nonviolent and violent charges. OPSO said that Bryan was incorrectly released due to a misidentification between two individuals with a similar last name. The charges against Bryan include illegal possession of a stolen property, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting an officer. He also has an active warrant from Criminal District Court Section H for aggravated assault with a firearm, domestic abuse, child endangerment, and home invasion. He was also being held as part of a warrant in Jefferson Parish. All victims in the matter have been notified. According to Sheriff Hudson, an internal investigation has also been launched. Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson released the following statement. The Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office takes full responsibility for the clerical error that led to the mistaken release of Khalil Bryan, and we offer our sincere apology to the public, our law enforcement partners, and the court. This incident was the result of human error, a misidentification based on a shared last name between two individuals. We are currently conducting a full internal investigation, and I confirm that the disciplinary actions will occur. Mr. Bryan is facing violent and nonviolent charges, and we are coordinating closely with law enforcement agencies to ensure his swift return to custody. Most importantly, the victims in these matters have been notified. We're implementing safeguards to prevent this from happening again. Public safety remains the highest priority. Orleans Parish District Attorney Jason Williams issued the following statement. We've been made aware of the inmate Khalil Bryan who was wrongly released from custody by the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office earlier today due to serious error in inmate processing. Mr. Bryan was being held on a $100,000 bench warrant related to a failure to appear for arraignment and additional $25,000 bond tied to new felony charges. Despite those holds, Bryan was released in error when deputies responding to a bond posted by an unrelated individual for another inmate failed to properly verify identity and mistakenly discharged Bryan instead. It's deeply troubling as this goes on. We'll find out more and keep you updated, y'all. That's going to wrap it up for me. Appreciate y'all for being a part of the conversation. Y'all have a great weekend. Be safe, and we'll see you on Monday.